All right. We all ready?
Ready.
All right. Toll Man, can we please have a 4-word prompt?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We've
man.
never done this before. Unprecedented.
We're finally done now.
Thank God. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Wow. So, did you guys know that this summer there's going to be a 4th Bad Boys movie?
No.
Do I smell another franchise? Huh?
I just saw the commercial
I sure
today.
don't. No more.
Come on.
No more. Oh, hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your host, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
Oh, we did it.
We did it. I was really tempted to just do this record from the floor behind me. I think the cable's long enough I could just lay down.
I mean, I just got up off of it after having watched this on Tuesday. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies and shows about our guests. But all month long of May, it's ExpendMaybles, in case you didn't know. And we just wrapped up Expend4bles.
Expend4bles. That's literally the title of the movie. There's
Yep.
a 4 in it. And hey, speaking of bad boys, we're joined by the Tool Man.
man.
It's the Toll Man, Steve.
Toll Man, this is the final iteration of Toll Man. This
Yeah,
is the
wow.
end.
You got to put it to bed.
It's been a good ride, but I'm ready to go back to Tool Man. I feel like that's
Yeah.
my speed.
You tried it out.
It's been a good month.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an okay
Toll
month.
Man is a little more confusing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man, did I laugh when a character in earnest went, Toll Man! or Toll Road or whatever.
Toll Road, yeah.
Toll Road. It's like, oh yeah, that's very funny hearing other
If
characters.
they had said
say
Toll
it.
Man, that would have blown my mind.
Yeah, I would have called them to sue.
We did it, folks.
Yeah,
We're here.
We made it to the end.
We survived.
No more Jason Statham after this. Nothing else.
Yep, definitely
Right.
won't be seeing him in a couple weeks.
Honestly, it's like I watch this amount of movies anyway, like one a week, I'd say. But for
Yeah.
some reason, this was just a
slog.
gauntlet.
I mean, just knowing that it was coming up every week that I
Yeah.
had to watch the next one,
Yeah.
I don't know, just heightened my anxiety for the past month. I don't know why, but
That's what movies are all about,
that's right.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
Feeling
tell
anxious.
me, again, this is my first set of movies I'm watching outside of Fast and Furious.
That's right.
So am I
That's
supposed to hate it?
Yeah, I feel like we need to do kind of like a retrospective. How are you feeling after all that, Steve?
I'm not feeling great. And there's a reason why I didn't watch any other movies.
So we certainly didn't help make you want to expand your
Branch out.
horizons. And yeah.
No,
Okay,
no,
great.
not at all. I mean, I listened to the podcast. I feel like that's a good enough way to get some info on movies. But
Hey,
like,
always nice
I
to
might
meet
not
a
watch
fan.
any more movies
You don't
besides
need
Fast
to.
and Furious spinoffs.
Yeah, I think you actually have it figured out, Steve. That seems to be the right thing to do.
Well, Fast and Furious spinoffs and the upcoming Christmas Expendables short or whatever that's going to be.
Yeah.
We have to do
We'll
that.
see. I know we will do that. I mean, this is all part of the Jason Statham cinematic universe, in a way.
The JSC.
So that's how I can justify it.
For sure. Should we? I mean, we've been talking about it a little bit. Should we want to just tease what's happening in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, so yeah, in 2 weeks, if some random episode doesn't happen to pop up, we'll be discussing Jason Statham's The Beekeeper.
In case
So
you
there's-
didn't get enough Jason Statham action movies in May,
There's
don't
more to
worry,
come.
June's got it too. So
We can't get it up. We love this guy.
maybe a better movie too. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so.
I mean, we were saying in this movie, you basically get a mini Jason Statham movie inside the movie.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Before we dive into that, let's just take a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk more about Expend4bles.
I got this situation where I need your help.
I need bad friends.
Terrorists have taken possession of nuclear missiles on a cargo ship off the coast. If these babies go off, it'll be World War III.
To choose this life over friends, over family.
It's time to get loud.
Let's fly, baby! Come on, bring it! That's what I'm talking about.
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined all month long by the Toll Man, Steve, and we're talking about Expend4bles, literally the title of this movie. Toll Man, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's not yet seen Expend4bles. I mean, this is a newish movie, I guess. Avoid spoilers, although I'm not even sure I know what that would be. There's one spoiler, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
go
should
ahead.
I avoid spoilers?
Yeah, avoid the twist.
Yeah.
The quote-unquote twists.
Big air quotes.
Oh, okay. I'll try.
All right, ready to go.
So the old crew's back with a couple of new people.
The boys are back in town.
Galgo's son is part of the crew. That's
Son
that's
of
okay.
Galgo.
Megan Fox is part of the mix. It's not great. But anyway, they do a mission in the beginning, and then Sylvester Stallone, something happens to him.
10 seconds.
And then they have to avenge him. Can I say that?
Yeah,
3,
it
2,
appears he's dead.
1.
Yeah.
What?
It was crazy.
Time.
That's the whole plot, honestly.
Yeah. He dies.
He dies, and we will be spoiling spoilers eventually, but let's just dance around it for just a little bit longer. They go to great lengths to make it seem like he's dead. Like his body is charred to a crisp with his lucky ring on his finger.
Yeah, not just dead, but like brutally burnt alive in a plane crash, and they show the body.
And in the best wake ever, they take his dismembered hand, doing the middle finger with the ring on it, and just place that right in the middle of the wake.
Yeah.
It's so good.
He's burned to a crisp with the ring on his finger and a fully intact beret.
Yep.
Not singed, no
right.
burns. It looks as perfect as the day you bought it, probably.
Yep.
And it was just a nice, slow plane crash that happens right in the first, 15 minutes of the movie. And you're watching that scene like, I don't know much about this character, which is sad because this is the fourth movie that he's the star of.
I know.
So like I had zero emotional investment in the main character of this 4-movie franchise dying. And I didn't care. I was like, all right, let's get the rest of this over with.
I guess I never
is so
realized
fair. Yeah.
how tight beret's on. Like the hat stayed on too. He crashed a plane and
God.
it's still perfectly on his head.
I
The
wish
flames
I was
avoided
on
it.
set for the person who they're looking at this charred body in the cockpit and they're like, oh wait, hold on, he needs the beret and he pulled
Needs
the
his
clean
hat.
beret and just put it on the charred body. I love it.
That's how he'd want to go, though.
So the third one is technically, we watched the expended cut, but the third one is technically PG-13. This fourth one, they are back to the R rating with a vengeance.
Yeah, Sly said specifically that he wanted to go back to an R rating after the third one. He felt like he had to pull his punches literally maybe on the third one because they were specifically aiming for a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one it's back to hard R.
Hard R.
There's some good gore.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else is good, but there's gore.
There is gore.
There's
Sex. You got it all.
yeah. We get a nice post-coital scene with Jason Statham and Megan
Yeah,
Fox.
very PG-13.
That was PG-13. Yeah.
There's so many body parts exploding.
Well,
Like-
we were just talking about the sex scene, Siege. So
Yeah.
Hi-oh! There's so many parts, like people get shot, but their innards like explode out of them. A guy falls about 20 feet and his head explodes. It like pops like a balloon. It's a lot of. I laughed a lot while also saying like Jesus Christ at the like gore scenes.
I feel like that stuff was. I like that stuff.
Yeah, it's
And then
fun.
it was perfectly complemented by just A+ CGI.
so much
Just
CGI.
like such cool explosions and planes and everything that for 2023, it's insane. I don't know. Like I would assume that it came out right after the third one 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
even that is too late for that to be happening.
yeah,
This is
for
like
sure.
maybe mid 2000s.
every background, they're not
Every
actually
background,
there. It's just CGI.
The majority of the explosions,
Yeah,
all not great. Can we circle back to the updated cast really quick?
yeah, please.
yes.
So we get introduced to Megan Fox's character, who is immediately portrayed as a crazy woman.
Love to see it.
First woman.
Yeah.
She's the first one.
The first of three in there. There are three in this movie.
Called it.
I don't know.
I
if
said
they
there was
talk
gonna be
to each
two.
other.
CJ was right. The question is, do they talk to each other? There was one scene where Megan Fox looks at the other female in the crew. I don't know what her name is.
I don't either.
Says something to her, and I think she nods. I
Yeah.
don't know if she ever says anything directly back at her, so I don't think that counts.
I don't think it counts. It's more Megan Fox talked at her. They didn't talk to each other.
Yeah.
I think we were all really purposely paying attention to see if that happened in this movie. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It
But
doesn't count.
it's still like 3 total women and 2 in the crew.
Yeah.
So that's what 2023 does for you.
That's
You really evolve it
some
from a feminist
improvement.
perspective.
Dear God. And then we get Andy Garcia as the new Mr. Church,
Who
guy
Steve knows
again.
from Citizen Kane.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be super familiar with him from
I
Ocean's 11.
thought that was Citizen Kane or
that,
George
you thought
Clooney.
that Andy Garcia was Citizen Kane.
He came
Yeah.
on screen and Steve went, "Oh, that's Citizen Kane."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I realized he wasn't
No.
because I watched the wrong movie.
And then
Anyway.
they couldn't, for some reason, get Antonio Banderas back, so they got someone who is just impersonating his character from the third movie,
Yep.
but is his son, and they can still refer to him as Galgo because that's his last name. Real fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real. Oh, and then halfway through the movie, they make his character effectively mute, so basically removing the only fun part of his character
The one personality
for the
trait.
vast majority of the movie.
Yeah.
Real fun.
That was the main character I was looking forward to in this movie was Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been my favorite part of the whole franchise, and then they
Yeah.
retconned him out, or they just put his son in the mix and said, do the same shit that your dad did.
Just impersonate Antonio Banderas.
So once again, all the white guys still the same. Yes, we love to see it. All the minorities replaced with the,
Replaced or
Yeah.
removed.
Yeah.
Like Terry Cruz's character is gone. Jet Li's character is gone.
yeah. Jet Li's character, I would say, sort of gets replaced because it's another hand-to-hand combat guy.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Terry Crews gets replaced with 50 Cent.
Oh, right. 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wesley
That's-
Snipes is
that's
gone.
definitely an upgrade, I think, in acting quality.
Yeah,
We can all
totally.
Yeah.
agree.
I was excited when I saw him on screen. I definitely liked it. It was such a cool casting choice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Again, my rule stands. It's a one in, one out minority rule. They're not going to double up on them. If
They
one
had-
leaves, they
They
get
had a
replacement.
different Asian guy in the first crew, right? Was I misremembering this? Wasn't there another guy like with Son of Galgo? I
Jet
don't
Li
know if
was
I'm-
kind of there, but
Jet Li circled
Not
back
really.
in the end.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But a new character twist. Dolph Lundgren, aka Gunner, he's sober now, and he has glasses
Silver
and
his glasses
long hair.
and he has long hair. You refer to it as a wig. I don't know if that was just old people speak for long hair.
Yeah,
I didn't
also
know if
didn't
he was doing a
understand that.
bit.
Yeah, that was weird.
Anyway, yeah, he's struggling very much with his sobriety.
And
I didn't realize how being drunk really affected his ability to kill, but it did, and that was his whole character.
his whole
in this
arc
movie.
was learning that he does need to drink.
Yes.
Like
The
that
lesson
was
learned
his
is alcohol
lesson.
makes things better. Which we totally called, by the way.
Of course.
He was reading a
Yeah.
book on sobriety on the airplane, and then we are like, oh, surely later on he's going to need to drink to be better.
Because he's just missing shots with his sniper while he's sober. I'm like, well,
And not wearing his glasses.
that's what you get. Yeah, and not wearing his glasses, so you don't really know why he's missing them at that point.
Yeah.
Was he wearing contacts before? Who knows?
Nah.
Toll Road got some more lines, but almost entirely about his fucked up ears.
Again.
Yeah, I think
Oh
he
my
went into
God.
2 of the same explanations about it.
Yeah.
So that's
They weren't even that
every
far
movie?
apart.
No, they were pretty close together.
When he did it the second time, or like the first time in this movie, I was like, oh, they're just like catching people up, which they didn't need to do. And then they did it again for a different character that was asking about it or something. I don't even remember, but I was
Yeah.
like, okay, why are they? Who's
They're
writing
just
this
being
movie?
like, oh, that's Toll Road. You know, that's just Toll Road. And then the new Asian female character does end up with Toll Road eventually, which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really unearned she's the one who yells, "No, toll road,"
Yeah, which is hilarious.
which is
Someone shouting "toll road" in earnest about a person.
God.
Yeah, does she maybe has, what do we think, 3 lines in the entire movie? Brand new character, part of the crew, says
She has
3
she has a
things.
few.
Yeah, I'm maybe under 5.
Yeah,
5, yeah.
it's great. They really know how to
there's-
write women.
And then Citizen Kane or Andy Garcia's his like second in command, I guess. That other lady,
Yeah.
she was like part of the like negotiations
Yeah,
towards the end and stuff. But I don't know. She didn't have many lines.
nope.
Kind of
Forgettable character.
Yeah.
It was really not
Yeah.
much. But they got 3 of them.
They
Not
sure
bad.
did.
Speaking of Citizen Kane, so his personality trait is that he always has a toothpick in his mouth. And I really enjoyed then the one time somebody punches him and a bunch of toothpicks fly onto the floor.
I missed that.
It like
Oh,
cuts
that's
to the
great.
floor and there's
That was pretty good.
4 toothpicks on the ground. As if you hitting them, they just appear.
They just fall out.
It's like a character like dropping coins when you punch them.
No, my toothpicks. Wait.
That's hilarious.
It was great.
But I mean, we all know the main character of this movie is Jason Statham's Lee Christmas, who is
Yeah.
basically alone on the screen for the vast majority of the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe
it was
not alone,
great.
but like it's solely focused on him for
Yeah.
the majority
Like
of the movie.
the full middle section of the movie is just a Jason Statham action movie.
Yeah.
And that's when it started feeling like a movie to
Yeah.
me. The beginning of this movie, I was like, I feel like this is Expendables 1, where like no one knows what a movie is anymore. We forgot. We kind of recaptured the magic of what a movie is in the second and third one,
Yeah.
but then they quickly forgot after 10 years, I guess. And then they got into a solo Jason Statham action sequence. We're like, all right, we got it. We know what this is.
So I while creating the trivia, I learned a piece of information that should make it pretty clear about what the hell happened here. But this movie was initially a different movie that was shelved and was originally going to star Jason Statham, and then they shelved it and then reworked it into Expend4bles 4 to make it part of the franchise.
That makes so
basically,
much sense.
Wow.
that is the Expendables
Yeah.
stuff is just shoehorned into this overall
Yeah.
other story that is just a Jason Statham
That makes
solo
so
thriller.
much more sense because
Yeah.
that middle part just
Wow.
feels totally different.
Yeah.
Right.
And the beginning and the end are just awful. And
Yeah.
they have no reason to be in this movie, even though this is an Expendables movie.
Yeah. The majority of the movie takes place on this boat, and Steve and I watched this together with Emily, Chris, and Eric again, and Steve rightfully pointed out, was like, wait, so are we already in the third act? Like, I feel like there's been no delineation between like the second act or
It
the
was just
third
a
act,
blur.
and it's just
Yeah. I think the second act was just the solo Jason Statham stuff.
yeah,
And
just
they
that
were
10
still on the
minutes.
boat, and then when other people were out, they're like, okay, now we're going to finish this. But then he was still doing a lot of the stuff at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
it's really interesting, like the lengths they went to separate the Expendables crew from Jason Statham. Like as soon as they get to the boat in the third act, all of the Expendables, aside from Jason Statham, are just captured and sequestered in a separate set, effectively.
Yeah.
And then Jason Statham can come in and do his thing as if the Expendables didn't matter at all, really.
Yeah. And then even they sort of go off on their own. It's like Toll Road is with 50 Cent and Dolph, and they're kind of doing their own thing. Jason Statham is still kind of doing his own thing.
Right.
Yeah. It still feels very disjointed at the end. They're not even like a crew.
Yeah.
They're just kind of all in the same boat.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not great. I did write down some fun observations on the
Please.
on the boat. For some reason, on the boat they have shooty bikes.
Yeah.
It's motorcycles that have guns on them.
Like
Just a bunch
dirt
of
bikes
them.
with machine guns on them.
Ready
They
to
had
go
that
on
whole
a boat.
sequence too with Jason Statham using one of those, and it just turned into like a little Fast and Furious section
Yeah.
where they forget that they have guns on their backs. So
Yeah.
they're trying to turn their whole bike to aim the guns at the front of them, and I'm like, you could have just turned your arm and shot them.
Jason
But I was
Statham
like,
goes head to head with another guy, and both the other guy and Jason Statham have giant assault rifles strapped to their back.
Right.
Yeah, but then they just do like a good driving at each other sequence on
Yeah.
a boat.
Yeah, where they keep missing each other because they're either at different elevations or
Yeah.
they just can't turn their bike right.
So
Which could,
stupid.
yeah, again, be easily solved by just using a real gun.
Yep.
But oh well. Also, fun observation that while literally all of the men are in full tactical gear, the two women are wearing crop tops and just normal adventure.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
They get too hot, you know. You gotta wear a breathable.
Tell me
You're
about
gonna be
it.
running around.
No, not great.
Yeah, not great. And the writing for those characters, I mean, the writing for all the characters, quite bad. But Megan Fox, not really likable. Pretty forgettable, too, even though she's kind of the head of the Expend4bles, you find out, after Sylvester Stallone dies.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Everyone else who's been there for a while, I guess, fuck them.
Yes, exactly. She's the newest member, and after the leader dies and Jason Statham is kicked out for a dumb reason, she is the leader. Yeah, fuck Toll Road, fuck everyone else. I don't know.
Yeah, that should have been Toll Road's team. He's the guy that we care the most about, and we know the most about.
Toll Road.
We know about his ears, and we know about his ears.
We know about his ears. We know
about his ears.
Who's the other guy? The guy with the glasses.
Dolph Lundgren.
Oh,
Dolph
Gunner.
Lundgren. Gunner. We know Gunner is.
Yeah, Gunner is
MIT.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah.
MIT
He
grad.
has his PhD.
Farsighted maybe, or nearsighted. Who knows? A lot of things for him. There's more things than just the ear. So that's maybe he should have been the leader. But he also did betray them in the first movie.
Which they do touch on it, which was kind of nice. That at least recalled that he did something bad at some point.
It's a nice little redemption arc.
Sure.
Yeah.
Caught me right in the feels.
You know what caught me most in the feels, though, was when the movie wrapped up, as the sigh of relief came over me, the best song in the world came on during the credits.
The boys are back in town.
I pumped
the only
my
way they
arms in
could
the
end
air.
I mean,
was
for it to
great.
come back again after 2 movies, it being absent,
Yep.
the best.
They bookended it. It was great.
They bookended it.
It makes sense. It's good shit.
Oh, Steve, you teed me up perfectly for what I was going to say. Speaking of good shit. So there is one part of the movie which apparently you can just find entire transcripts of movies on the internet. Pretty fun. Where the team gets compromised and they're captured on this boat. And so they're kind of arguing to say, something was leaked. They knew. And I quote, "Somebody knew we were coming both times." And then somebody else says, "My intel was solid." Another person says, "Your intel was shit." And so they reply with, "Shit on this."
God,
Except it was a terrible line read. They're like, "Shit on this."
Well, either
Top tier dialogue.
really great writing. Definitely, it doesn't matter if it was part of the original script or not. Sounds like both are really bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, do we get to spoil soon? Or-
yeah, I was just gonna say that we should spoil some stuff before trivia. So skip ahead a little bit if you just want to get to the trivia portion. But go ahead, Steve.
I can't imagine somebody's listening to this and cares about us spoiling the movie.
I was gonna say.
I don't know.
I
Just in
watched-
case. Just in case.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, to what CJ just said, yeah, there was a leak or a mole within the Expend4bles crew. So at the end of the movie, we find out that Citizen Kane or Andy Garcia is the mole, which was not
Not a fun
pretty
payoff.
obvious. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no payoff, but like, yeah,
No payoff. Kind of knew it going into. I don't know, but
yeah.
We said it would have been better if Megan Fox was the mole. That would have been
I
an
figured it
actual,
was
like-
one of
Yeah.
those two, but I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That has
it's not going to be
stakes.
Toll Road. It's not going to be Dolph. They're
Yeah.
both too stupid. But
Hey,
then
he's a PhD.
at the end of the movie, he's too stupid when he's sober. I mean,
right.
at the end of the movie, they're kind of pinned down. It ends up being a one-on-one Statham versus Citizen Kane sequence, and then a helicopter starts blasting missiles at this boat, and it's piloted by none other than Sylvester Stallone, who's
What?
back from the dead.
He's alive?
And the reason he died was to unclassify some material to help them find who this mole was, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, really shoehorned in. And then they show what he did to get like this charred body to look like him. And it was someone from the beginning of the movie. They had his body.
Jumbo shrimp.
Ready to go, jumbo shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp.
In the plane. as if he knew for some reason the plane was going to crash, even though I don't know how he could have.
Yeah. And then apparently no one saw him jump out of the plane with a big old parachute.
A big old black parachute.
Yeah.
With the logo on it.
Everyone was looking at it. Everyone was looking at it. There's no way you're not seeing that.
Yeah.
It made no sense. Also, DNA testing? I don't know. Anyway, just...
Yeah. It wasn't exciting to see him die, and it wasn't exciting to see him revived.
No.
It was just
felt
horrible.
They make a point in the movie by calling this guy in the bar short. They refer to him as jumbo shrimp. Yeah. So then you're saying this small man, according to you, is in the plane seat, and they're not like, wait, that guy's like a full foot shorter than Sylvester Stallone.
Like almost a foot.
Yeah,
different.
the body
saw the
proportions.
beret. No
and
further
their body
questions.
type is so different too. This guy's like not even jacked.
Yeah,
he's just like a shorter,
it all burned away.
Average, yeah, but except his hand and his beret.
Jumbo Shrimp doesn't have nearly as many injuries as Sylvester Stallone does.
Yeah,
Man. Anyway, just bad.
Just a terrible
Can we-
reveal.
Before we get to trivia too, can we talk about the plot? Because I was once again confused, which is no surprise for these movies.
It wasn't
but
clear?
We already went over the whole plot of the movie right now.
Yeah, what
else is there to talk about?
There's a nuclear weapon on the boat that they're trying to detonate off the coast of Russia. Like the actual plot.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I understand that they were trying to incite World War III for profit, like is the bottom line, but they were all on the boat. I don't understand what Andy Garcia was, I'm sorry, Citizen Kane was like arrived on the boat and like was going to be on the boat when this fucking thing went off. Like, I don't really understand what the plan here was.
That's why I brought up when we were watching it, and then we realized that he had like a little lifeboat side thing to get off. But I'm like, that still wouldn't work because the explosion, if it's, that big,
a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no way you're getting far enough away.
No. On that tiny onboard motor.
And all Jason Statham did was drop a big anchor and fling the whole boat around to get it out of
He drifted
Russian
the boat.
waters, I guess. Yeah.
He got it further away, and then they sunk it so that it went off underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in a helicopter flying away very quickly.
The rest of the Expendables were probably not that far away in their little boat.
Right.
Yeah.
They probably got rocked.
Yeah. I also just have to include, again, we watched it with Eric, Chris, and Emily. When the big boat was sinking and the bow goes up and goes down, Eric said something like, "Oh, it's doing a Titanic." Yeah. You mean sinking?
Yeah, like sinking. It's like Kleenex and tissues. You can't say anything else. You only know the brand name of a boat sinking now.
It really got
Last
me.
thing I have here too, that's just worth noting. Like, the other reason I didn't really feel like an Expendables movie is because there were no cameos. There were no maybe reveals. There were no quippy one-liners from other movies. It's not. I don't know.
So what you're saying
really
about the Jason Statham thing makes so much more sense because they literally just got a crew in the first act and the third act around a different movie.
Right.
And they did nothing. I think the most Expendables it was like the first scene where they're at the bar trying to get his ring back from Jumbo Shrimp.
Right.
And then they have a couple quips and they call someone short, which is classic Expendable stuff. And then they beat the crap out of him, which is classic Expendable stuff.
Oh, man.
I had to Google. All right. Sly is 5'10". Okay. So he's like average.
Well, that's kind of average. It's not too short. I don't know. CJ, do you want to do the Kevin Bacon thing, but with Fast and Furious?
6 Degrees of Fast and Furious?
Yes.
We can try. I was struggling to think of one.
Okay. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine starts from Megan Fox.
That's where I was thinking.
Yeah, Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, who's in the first Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
And Keanu Reeves is in The Matrix and John Wick. No, wait. I was going a different way with this. Hold on.
I was going to say there's not many people in John Wick.
Oh, wait. I got it. Is in John Wick with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Who's in Ant-Man and the Wasp as the main villain guy.
Got to Marvel.
Yeah.
Ah.
So then we're there. Then we got it.
That's it. Yeah.
I had a
Not even
different
gonna
one, too.
say
Where
the
was
last
I going?
one.
Oh, I got a different one. Sorry. Can I do this other one?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Citizen Kane is in Citizen Kane with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt plays the Vanisher in Deadpool 2. He's the invisible guy. Do you guys know that?
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he's
That's
literally
crazy.
invisible in the X4 scene when they all die, but he gets shocked by a electrical cord, and then you can see him for a split second.
Wow.
So he's in that movie with Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is in Hobbs and Shaw.
That's
Ryan
right.
Reynolds is in Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that too,
Yeah.
but he is.
You're right.
What does he do? What?
He's friends with Hobbs. They're
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that at all. That's
He's
crazy.
He's only in the
Gotta
movie
rewatch
for
it.
like 2 different scenes, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very beginning, very end, or something.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So I got one. So Andy Garcia is in Ocean's 11 with Jet Li.
Who's in what?
Citizen Kane with Jet Li. Who's
Jet Li's in Ocean's 11.
No, that's not Jet Li. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a different short Asian guy.
That was the whole joke. I don't know. I don't really got anything.
All right, CJ.
I was trying to go the 50 Cent route, and I'm already on like
Oh.
the 6th degree or something. It's taking me a
Did,
while.
did you guys like that they, of course, put in a 50 Cent song? In this movie?
I
Yeah.
thought so, yeah, when that played
That was
on
the
a literal
one
boombox.
real life reference.
Yeah.
They always got one of them in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and did either of you know or recognize who the villain was? Like not Andy Garcia, but the other guy?
No, I had no idea who that
No.
was.
I didn't know until I looked him up, but have either you seen The Raid or The Raid 2?
No.
Nope.
Oh man, that's a really good action movie. Well, either of them. But he's in those.
Oh, okay. I
It's
was
a
going to
foreign-
say,
they're both
I thought
foreign
it was just
movies,
a
but
random guy.
They're really good. I thought he was random too, but yeah, no, that's a bigger thing at least. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. Let's do trivia.
Hey, did you do that?
That's right. For new listeners, this is the part where we pit our guest and CJ head to head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Tollman, CJ, are you two ready?
Ready.
First question. This is multiple choice. Who did Sly originally want to be the villain in this movie? Was it A, Nicolas Cage,
Ooh.
B, Jack Nicholson, C, John Travolta, or D, Antonio Banderas?
Mm.
You,
It wouldn't be Galgo.
you can't
He's
do
part
that
of
to
the
my
crew.
boy Galgo.
Yeah. He's too nice for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way it's him.
I'm going to say John Travolta just because he has played like villains like that before.
Okay.
Like in the movie Swordfish.
I don't want to pick Nicolas Cage, so I'll pick
Jack
Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Okay, you should have picked Nicolas Cage. No, I'm just kidding. It was Jack Nicholson.
Damn it.
You
Oh,
got
hey.
it.
Did he play the Joker? Was that why he picked him?
Play the Joker. I don't know. Just because he's old. They're all kind of old.
I was really hoping the villain would be nice and old like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Age appropriate.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was too
It's
young.
not how it was written in the other script. So, all right, Tollman's in the lead. Next question: true or false? This is the first film in a new trilogy.
Oh, God. Please say false.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false too.
Please.
I don't want.
No.
No.
It's true.
No.
At least that's what Sly said. But I mean, I don't know.
No way.
Considering that they like took this from another script, I don't know if that's like
He was
really
barely
true.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why would he want to do another trilogy? He was not even. He had no screen time.
He's 77. He's going to be making 3 more like into his 80s? What is he? The US president?
Dude's on a TV show now. I don't remember what it's called, but he started.
The Family Stallone. That's what his reality show. It's a reality show.
Oh no,
it's not scripted.
It's not a reality show. He stars in a real drama.
What?
Are you
on
serious?
CBS. Yeah,
On CBS?
yeah.
Of course. That's the old people channel.
Yeah.
Blue
Well,
Bloods.
let's go to the next question then. True or false? This is Sly's last time he will play Barney Ross.
Well, false then, right?
So,
if you
I
just
would
said
say
they're going to make more.
False.
That's true. He says he will no longer be playing Barney Ross.
What?
I don't know.
So they're gonna
Doesn't-
do.
doesn't
does
make
the
sense.
Christmas special count as the second part of this trilogy then? Because that one's just gonna be Jason Statham. If they make them just Jason Statham movies, I'll probably watch.
Yeah,
them.
I'll watch
I mean, I'll watch
those.
them regardless. I'd probably like it.
Next question. True or false? A spin-off movie titled A Christmas Story is in the works.
True.
False.
It's not called A Christmas Story.
That's what this movie was originally going to be called, A Christmas Story, because it's just Lee Christmas.
Wow.
For most of the movie. Yeah.
Wait, that's what that was?
This was originally supposed to be just a spin-off with just Jason Statham, and they probably were just going to take this other movie, slap a title on it, and make his character Lee Christmas. But they ended up making it more of a full Expendables movie.
They really should have done that instead.
Yeah.
They really should have done that.
Weird choices. Yeah.
True or false? A spin-off movie titled The Expend4bles, an all-female Expendables, is in the works.
It's impossible.
Bellas?
Expend4bles, Belles.
Given how much they love female characters, it's false.
I'll say true because I have 0 points.
It's false. It was planned, but then they shelved it in place of adding, quote, more female members to the Expendables in 4.
Yeah.
More female.
They got 2.
They
doubled it. They doubled it.
Yeah, this is how they qualify replacing a all-female Expendables.
God.
Real fun. I had a lot of fun looking up what the hell was going on behind the scenes because they just had a bunch of random shit ideas and none of them really came to fruition.
Do you know what the original movie was supposed to be called? The Jason Statham one?
A Christmas Story.
No, like before, like didn't they film something else and they were like going to shoehorn it into this?
Hold on. Here, just give me 1 second. I'll look it up. So how you guys doing?
All right, we're back. It's the next day. Ken's still looking. We all got a full night's sleep.
I have to go all the way back to the trivia.
I feel more energized.
Yeah, but now I'm sad again because we have to talk about this movie again.
I know. Here's your very timely answer, Steve. The original script was called High Value Target.
Okay.
I don't know. It's nothing.
All right.
I like A Christmas Story better.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's more fun.
All right. Next question. This one's open-ended, open for speculation. Why did Terry Crews not return for this movie?
He finally watched them.
He said, fuck this. These are bad. Wait, the last one he wasn't there because of
Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
right?
Yeah, what is he?
I'll say more of the same. I feel like that show was... Oh, wait, no. Brooklyn Nine-Nine already ended. Yeah. I forgot this was that much farther away. He was doing too many Old Spice ads.
I was just going to say, he was done doing those too, yeah.
Yeah.
What has he been in? What has he been in?
I think he just doesn't like them anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, this was in the news, but I kind of forgot to. He claims that he was purposefully not invited back after he refused to drop a sexual assault lawsuit against a high-level Hollywood executive.
Oh, shit.
Someone sexually assaulted Terry Crews?
Wow.
Okay.
Dang.
And then the rest of the cast just was cool with that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of tracks.
I don't know. Very strange.
Good on Terry Crews for not dropping the lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Super cool the rest of the cast to be like, yeah, we didn't need you anyway.
Yep. We'll get 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A superior
cool
actor.
50 Cent to be like, yeah, I'll do this. Seems like a nice work environment.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
All right. What is the body count for this movie?
Hey, here we go.
The first one had 188.
Okay.
The second one had 482. And the third one had 221.
We were saying how many people were on the boat. It felt like they had an endless supply of bodies on that boat.
Yeah.
For not being that big of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's pretty small, right? I don't think they blew up like a ton of people.
They were a good amount in the beginning in the compound, but not a ton.
Not even that many.
Yeah.
I think it's like under 100. I'll say like it's only like 60.
Oh, I was going to say like 200. I feel like the boat itself, I think, probably had over 100 people.
Did seem to go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, way too low. 60 people?
That just shows how memorable all these kills
left
are.
and right. What are you talking about?
I think there were 60 people on those little bikes on the boat.
Yeah, just the bike scene alone, he probably killed 60 people.
Yeah.
284. So, Steve, you get the point for sure.
That's a lot.
It does not feel like that at all.
That does feel like a lot more than I remember.
They didn't have any good scenes where they were just mowing people down with a minigun from a helicopter or in an airport.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where most of the kills come from.
A lot less innocents died in this
Yeah.
movie. Again, not an Expendables movie, right? Like, it doesn't feel like an Expendables movie.
It really doesn't.
There aren't mass casualties.
We need a cameo from someone in the third act to just really destroy villains and civilians.
That's right. Just pop in, make morally questionable killing decisions, and
that's what it's all about.
They steer the boat into some innocent fish town and blow it up there instead.
Exactly. I mean, are we counting all of the fish that died by the nuclear?
Yeah, permanently radiating the ocean.
Right.
Jeez.
How are we doing on points?
Steve is up 3-0. I haven't got a single one.
Definitely the final question. What is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Closest without going over. Doesn't really matter, though. Steve, since you're in the lead, you will go first to give CJ the edge. It's the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. And just for some context, the first movie was 24%. Second movie was 67%, which I had to double check
I know.
before we started recording because it
wrong.
still feels so strange to me. Third movie had 32%. What do you think Expend4bles has?
Worse than the last one.
Wow.
The last one was bad, but this was just... It didn't really feel like a movie, and it makes sense that it was actually a different movie that was put into
a Frankenstein of
this
a movie.
Yeah. I'll say probably 20.
Okay.
Oh man. I think it got over a 20. So I will say 21.
Okay. So it was closest without going over, and both of you were over.
Really?
Oh my God. I thought it was going to be in the 20s.
No. 14%.
Wow.
Okay, that's good. That makes sense. The 67 doesn't make sense. The 14 makes sense here.
This feels right. The 67, I don't know what happened, but...
They really capitalize on people craving the Expendables after 10 years of not having any. And they delivered a tour de force. Can you comment on, or do you have any stats on the box office stuff? I didn't look up any of it.
Oh yeah.
Did it
made money.
Did it even go to box office?
I think it was in theaters.
This was not. I assume it was just straight to video.
Oh no.
I'm sure it went to theaters.
Yeah.
But probably did horrible, I would assume.
It grossed $51 million worldwide on a budget of $100 million.
Yeah, that tracks.
So,
Okay.
Huge.
I feel
flop.
better about this
A
now.
big flop.
Huge flop. Also, the lowest budget though out of the others.
Yeah.
The first one had 274. Second one had 350.
I'm
third
surprised
one
the
had
first one had that
214.
much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the CGI is a dead giveaway on their budget. Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Just for fun, what do you think the audience score was on Rotten Tomatoes?
Definitely higher than 14, but I hope maybe still in the 30s or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 40s. Yeah, 40s, 50s maybe. They probably liked people coming back together, but then probably hated the movie and the acting and the cast and the plot.
Yeah, pretty close. 70%.
What?
Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Guys,
I'm serious. Yeah.
what is happening?
That's the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, for comparison, what do you think the Letterboxd score is? It's out of 5 to 1 decimal point.
2.
So this is where I'm so confused because even the ones that are horrible have decent Letterboxd. I mean, they're all in the 2s.
2.0, even.
Okay.
2.5.
1.7. This is the lowest I've ever seen. So what the hell? I don't understand. So who's going on Rotten Tomatoes and reviewing as an audience member, but then
I don't know
normal
what's
people,
happening.
which
On
I think is most
Letterboxd?
people are on Letterboxd rating these. It seems like correctly. I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's probably a lot of bots on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's some sort of skewing going on Rotten Tomatoes, honestly.
Yeah.
There's
Paid
got to be a
by,
money component to this, right? Like,
Yeah,
The
that's
Expend4bles
insane.
crew that just created a bunch of bots, and because there's no way.
they can't do that.
well,
They don't
same
have
with
the
them
hacker from
too
the
having
last movie.
67% for critics. Like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
they probably paid for those critics. That movie sucked. But that's why I was confused because the first one was so bad,
Yeah.
and the Letterboxd score for that wasn't that bad, and the second one was much better but still horrible. But the Letterboxd score was the same
Yeah.
or something like that. It none of this is making any
Right.
sense to me, and that's
Yeah.
why my reviews are not making sense to me now. My head is just a mess.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Tall Man, for winning.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I feel like it's enough. unearned victory, much like Sylvester Stallone coming back from the dead.
That's correct.
Where it's kind of cool, but I don't think I or anyone else cares.
Well, let's see if they care about
so
our
confusing.
ratings.
We know you've been waiting, so now it's time to hear our ratings. Also, we called it, right? Everyone called that Sly would be back from the dead at the end.
Yes.
I genuinely thought he was dead. No, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely thought he was dead because it was like so cheap how they like showed the full body.
Yeah, I didn't think he was dead because it just felt too rushed.
Yeah,
and
it was
so bad.
early.
Where I'm like, there's no way. Like, this movie sucks, and they can't leave him dead the whole time. But then, as it got closer and closer to the end, I was just like, hey, they might. But I'm like, there's still time for him to come back.
When it first happened, we were baffled. We were like, what? No way. And I did believe it. But then towards the end, especially as soon as that like fire rains down from a helicopter, I was like, oh, Sly's piloting the helicopter.
Yeah. I was baffled when I saw it, but I was just like, no, I mean, he can't be dead now. And they showed the corpse. I'm like, they're still going to find a way to do this.
I had found out ahead of time just by doing the previous trivias that this was going to be his last movie. So I just assumed when they killed him off and they showed the body that I was like, oh, I guess they did it. Okay.
It was just like so lame though. So I was like, there's no way he stays dead because it was like the lamest way to kill off the main guy in a 4-movie franchise. I had never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah, to not even really be a part of the main fight going on. He's just flying above everyone, not doing anything.
If this is the end, like die at the end. Like that's when you're supposed to die.
Yeah.
He barely walks in this movie. He's sitting for the vast majority of it.
Yeah. He in the first scene, he's just like, oh, I can't fight these guys because my back hurts.
Yeah.
Right. Which is probably the real reason why he's not doing this anymore. Like,
it probably is true. I'm sure his back does hurt.
Yeah.
From carrying the franchise, right?
Hey.
And from being on CBS, the best network television channel that we have, with quality entertainment like Beanbag Theory and Young Sheldon.
Hey, they got Survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's the only good thing. Steve, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Expend4bles for you?
Can I hear my other ones? I'm really grappling with this score.
All right, I'll run them down. So the first one, 3.5. The second one, 5.5. The third one, 5.8. And now Expend4bles.
Okay. I think this one made me dislike all of them more.
Yeah.
I might, because I know we gave the first one a lot of shit for being a horrible movie, but I maybe hated this movie as much as the first one. If not, I'd almost rather watch the original crew of Expendables just be goofs and like do, dumb lines, horrible acting. Like that's more, that's what I would want to rewatch. This movie I have zero interest in watching again.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to have to give this honestly a 2.5.
2.5?
This was, and I think I want to reduce my other ones too. I'll just leave it though. I'll give this one a 2.5.
When you were reading those, like the 5.4 or whatever for 2, I was like, well, that actually kind of lines up with the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Yeah. But I mean, I liked, 2 was, not a good movie, but had some good kills, had
sure
Arnold and Bruce Willis doing their cheesy lines back and forth. That's why people watch this, which I realize now after watching this last one, which had none of that.
And I think too, if you just sat someone down who hasn't seen any of these movies and showed them just 2,
oh my God,
they would be like,
oh,
this movie sucks shit. But I think it's because we went from the first one, which truly was not a movie, to the second one being like, well, this is way better than that was, so we got to rate it higher.
Watching the beginning of that movie, I was just like, okay, th're doing it.
Yeah,
it's a real
this feels
movie.
like a movie.
And I think that's what already got it up to 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If this one had Galgo, I would have given it a 3, but 2.5 is where it stays.
Yeah.
The fake imitation Galgo who they sideline immediately.
Just horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, Siege.
For me. Okay, first one got a 2.5. Truly a dog shit movie. Second one got a 5. Third one I gave a 5.2. Yeah, this one, it's I'm so conflicted because we truly got a Jason Statham movie inside this movie. And that part was good. I enjoy Jason Statham movies. Stay tuned for The Beekeeper. But it's hard to rate the rest of the movie higher. But I'm so conflicted by my previous ratings. But yeah, I agree that this sucked. Maybe a 3.5 or something. I'm with Steve. I don't know what to make of any of this anymore.
It's hard because I was just looking at it as just like as an Expendables film.
Yeah.
Because I liked all the Jason Statham parts. Like that's cool, but in its entirety, just horrible. Like I can't like look at that on its own.
Right. Yeah. I feel like you almost had to view it as the fourth Expendables movie, right? Like,
that's why they called it Expend4bles.
That's right.
So you have to consider it that.
Yeah.
It's not a Jason Statham movie.
That's right.
Even though it should be.
It could have been.
It could have been A Christmas Story. Man, what a missed opportunity for it not to be A Christmas Story.
Truly. All right, Ken, you gave the first one a 3, you gave the second one a 4.5, and you gave the third one a 3.75.
Okay. For me, for Expend4bles, the Jason Statham stuff is fine, I guess. He does what he does, but also, like, if this was just a Jason Statham movie, all of the sets are kind of boring. The action scenes are kind of dumb with the shooty bikes. I don't know.
You didn't like that?
You didn't like the best part of the movie?
But no. And then, on top of all of that, as an Expendables movie, it has Toll Road and it has Gunner and it barely has Rambo. I don't know. It's dog shit. It's such a bad movie overall. Real disappointing, as if I was looking forward to it in the beginning. 2 for me.
A 2,
solid
wow.
2.
Yeah,
feels right.
I'm bumping mine down to a 3.
Okay.
Is this the worst for all of us then?
Then it would be, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I gave the first one a 2.5, so that's still the worst one for me.
Yeah, 1 and 4 are the worst for sure.
Yeah.
But if you had to ask me which one would I rather rewatch, it'd be the first one 10 times out of 10.
Just to laugh at the entire time.
Yeah, because there was actually things that were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the end here, and ratings aside of what we said at the time, just looking back, what was everyone's favorite out of the franchise?
Yeah, I think probably the second one.
Yeah.
I think that has the most fun.
I was going to say, the second one feels like the most Expendables movie.
Yeah.
The third one's got Galgo.
Yeah.
It's got Frazier, and those are things that I'd like. But the rest of the second crew, the young crew,
it's weird.
Colin Powell, all that stuff, I'm like, I don't really care about any of that. But the second one, it has the cameos, it has the cheesy, here's
so
my
many
movie,
cheesy
here's your
one-liners.
movie. It's got a good amount of Arnold.
Yeah.
That felt like the most Expendables one. And that's the one, if I had to pick one of all of them to rewatch, it'd be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm torn between 2 and 3 just because of Galgo. Man, if they had introduced him in the second one, we would have had a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been...
I think 2 is probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I guess the Rotten Tomatoes score makes a little bit more sense.
I guess so.
I think you have to watch all of them to really know where you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, to really inflate that score.
So while we're at the end of this, so overall, I've calculated all of our ratings for all of the movies. Great. And the combined score that the three of us give the entire franchise, the average rating, is a 3.85.
That seems fair, but maybe too high.
Yeah, it still seems high.
I would go back and reduce my other ones.
3.25 is horrible.
3.85.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
3. What?
8.5.
8.5? I don't know. That's still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's below a 4, which feels right.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's still maybe just a smidge too high. 3.25 seems right.
I honestly probably would watch the first one again. I feel like now with this new context, I'd be like,
no, dude, you remember, you weren't in charge of the sound, but
oh god,
CJ had to keep turning up and down the sound. I had the same problem.
Yeah.
Imagine the viewing experience again. It's not worth it.
I will say,
it's really not.
Our viewing experience of being with friends and just talking during the entire movie.
Yeah.
Was
I missed a lot
of
of
fun.
dialogue, but that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much like a Madam Web experience.
Yeah.
Where it's Am I going to put it on my TV right now after this and watch it by myself?
No.
Well, actually, Madam Web, I might. But yeah, Expendables, no.
Did you watch? I forgot to send you that YouTube video. I'll hold on.
Oh yeah, no, I want to watch that.
Madam Web ADR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, would watch the full hour of that. That sounds so fun.
It's interesting.
Well, Steve, thank you, and I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, I mean all everything about how horrible these movies is aside, I did enjoy being on these as I always do. But man, I have to think about watching any other movies besides The Fast and Furious again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because
That's fair.
Big mistake there.
this
but
was bad.
Really appreciate your time. This was fun though. Like this is definitely a good series of actual like enjoyable recording sessions.
for sure.
Talking
For
about
sure.
these. So
Talking about
that
how
makes it worth it.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
If we were watching them and not talking about them, I don't know why we would ever do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
truly.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. Big thanks to Emily, Eric, and Carissa as well for making these viewing experiences more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Made all the difference.
I need a palate cleanse. I need a break. I feel like
Yeah, definitely no more Jason. Oh well, shit.
2 weeks. But tune in next week because we have another edition of Skull Wizards.
Oh yeah.
I'm so pumped for that. Is it one
Real
episode
fun.
or is it a double episode?
It's one long episode. I think it comes out to about a little over an hour and a half, something like
Good.
that.
Perfect.
So yeah, for those who don't know, this is a Dungeons and Dragons style role-playing game, except we've created both our characters and the villains that we face in a Mad Libs style format. We're just given prompts like a noun, an adjective, a thing, and that helps shape our characters. And then we roll the die to see if attacks are successful or anything that we try are successful, run by Eric.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Was this recorded pre-ExpendMaybles?
It was.
Yes.
I was hoping that all of this expendable stuff would be top of mind when you created your characters and scenario.
No, it did not factor in.
Yeah.
It would
whatsoever.
have corrupted.
It definitely would have. My
enhanced.
character would have been named Lee Christmas or something like
Yeah.
that.
Toll Road would have been top of mind.
All that to say, thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. We love having you on, and thanks
Thanks
for
for having
anyone
me.
Yes, thank you,
that
Steve.
listened to all of these. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, for the people that are listening along, thanks for making it this far. I'm shocked,
Truly.
horrified,
Truly shocked.
but appreciative.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. It's kind of how I feel about these movies.
Yeah.
Feel like I need a break.
Any words of wisdom at the end here, Steve?
I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I think I'm tapped out.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna just close my eyes and lay, probably on the floor
Yeah. That
All
seems
right.
fair.
until tomorrow.
Steve, what do we got?
You can follow us on all the things at Overtalking Pod. Let us know if you enjoyed this. Was this a good idea that we did an entire franchise like this? I would say it certainly affected our mental health, so bear that in mind. You can email us at overtalkingpod@gmail.com to let us know. Call or text us at USACat1591.
Yeah, let us know if you watched all these movies. Let us know if you listened to this episode, even. That'd be cool. And oh no, they're here. It's the Overtalking Overlords. They're driving in on their shooty bikes, and they're here to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate, review, or reviews or to help people find this podcast. Also, we spend no money in advertising. So if you like the show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
We're ending this episode like they ended the movie, baby.
For the last time,
For the last time.
the boys are back.
Hopefully,
The boys are back.
until the two follow-up movies.
There's no way. There's no way they could do that. Please don't. Please.
No,
Please
there's no way.
don't do that to us. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Randy Couture here. Thanks for listening to this series of this podcast. And I can't listen to podcasts because I can't put headphones in my ears. I got cauliflower ear because I wrestled in high school. Anywho, this episode of the Overtalking Podcast was edited by CJ and produced by Ken and CJ. Special guest all month long was Steve. Music by Justin Peters. Logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs. Thank you for watching my movie.
Expend4bles.
It's like Mithrigan, except Expend4bles.
That's right. Except worse. Mithrigan is cool.
Is it?
Mithrigan is cool.
Expend4bles is not cool.
Expend4bles is pretty bad. Do you think the next Megan movie is going to be Meg Forgan? Yeah, because the 4 could be the A. Right?
Yeah, it has to be. There's no way, unless they called it Mithrigan too.
Yeah.
But that'd be.
I think they are calling it
Mithrigan
2.0. Unfortunately, is what it's being called.
No, it's got to have both.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's a missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah,
Meg Forgan.
I want them to use the first E as Mithrigan. Have both of them.
Even though it's a second movie, like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't have to.
Why was there a 3 in the first place?